big story this morning. Will India stop buying Russian oil? That's a question that has been both dodged and deflected ever since US President Donald Trump first posted on the India-US trade deal framework last week, cutting tariffs on India's exports to the US to 18% and later clarifying that the secondary tariffs of 25% are being eliminated too. Now, yesterday, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said that India's energy sourcing decisions will be guided strictly by national interest. Misri stressed diversification as key to energy security, noting India's imports 80 to 85% of its oil and must guard against inflation and supply risks without confirming whether purchases from Russia will stop. Here's exactly what he said.
Fair pricing and reliability of supply. So if you look at the data, and I'm sure you're looking at the data on a constant basis, you will see that we import crude oil from dozens of countries. We are neither dependent on any single source for this, nor do we intend to be. And it is natural for the mix of sources to vary from time to time, depending on objective market conditions. Our approach is to maintain multiple sources of supply and diversify them as appropriate to ensure stability. Therefore, I would say that the more diversified we are in this area, the more secure we are. Insofar as actual sourcing of energy is concerned, again, all of you follow this closely, so you know that the actual sourcing is done by oil companies in the public sector, oil companies in the private sector. And they make decisions based on market conditions. They assess availability at any given point in time. They assess risks. They assess costs in this process. And obviously, all of these companies also have their own internal accountability related processes to look at and certain fiduciary responsibilities in the market. So at any given time, there is a rather complex matrix of issues that these companies have to take into account, which, not to disregard it, also includes very, very important financial and logistical aspects. So I expect that what you will continue to see in this sector, in this area, is business choices being made based on these considerations that I have outlined.
Now, staying with the oil story, Union Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said on Monday that India's strategic petroleum reserves can last up to 74 days to meet demand caused by any global crisis, adding International Energy Agency stipulates about 90 days of holding as a strategic petroleum reserve. Now, replying to a question in Rajya Sabha, Puri said, for a country like India, which is growing at a phenomenal pace, there must be a viable and secure reserve so it is not vulnerable in case of global turbulence. He also said that as a minister, he feels safe with 74 days but can consider raising it going forward. He also informed Parliament that the caverns are in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka while hoping to get started in Odisha soon. The minister said strategic petroleum reserve is an important component in economic stability and energy security. Remember, India is the world's third largest consumer of crude oil and the fourth largest refining capacity and is the fifth largest exporter of petroleum products.